Slim, unmute. Slim, what do you think modern women are prioritizing, and why do you think that they're prioritizing whatever you think they're prioritizing?
Ah, can I not answer your question, but answer your question?
It's your turn to talk. Say what you want. Say what you want to say.
Cool. All right. So I know like how nowadays the people that take the modern day stance of I don't need a man, I could do all of this by myself. That came from a period and point in time where men did fail women. It did. It didn't come from a healthy place or a healthy stance. And it did. And in that time frame, you got to understand that men were feeling like they were failing their families, and the women were becoming disgruntled because of the things that was happening, and a lot of men ended up taking their frustrations out on their women when the things weren't going right. You know, they were dealing with that racial shit. We were dealing with racial oppression. We were dealing with financial oppression. We were dealing with a lot of shit at that point in time, and nobody actually took time to make it. Nobody took time to validate those women, and now what ended up happening is now here we are in 2022, and though there are a lot of those men there's a lot of men that really are the perfect example of what a traditional man is, and the attitude and mindset driven by the modern day woman. I don't need a man, yada yada yada. I can get my own bag. I can be a boss. It's absolutely backwards because you're building your model for today off of something that happened in the past, something that did not directly happen to you. It happened around you, but it didn't happen to you. So the variables that it's variables in that situation and in that equation for what transpired back then that you don't understand. Like how they were like, man, my grandma, we watched our grandmothers go through this, we watched our mothers go through this. You didn't understand all of what was going on around that climate. Feel me? Like it was a lot of shit that you probably did not understand at that point in time. So what I would tell women nowadays is if you look at the day and time, like it's 2022, men have more access to being financially stable. They have more access to educating themselves. They have more access to becoming what women are calling nowadays emotionally intelligent. We are absolutely able and capable of doing more than what we were at one point in time. But what's happened is now, when men are doing better, we're still fighting the past, the past generation and the new generation of men that are fuck ups, and nobody's paying attention to the men that are actually forming because of that bashing that took place at one time, the failures that took place at one time. You got to think about how many men realize that, man, my daddy wasn't shit, but I'm gonna be the shit. Feel me? You got to realize there's a lot of us out here that's like that. You got to realize there's a lot of us out here that want to be husbands, that don't want to be whores, that want to value a woman, that respect women. You got to realize that, but that's not being paid attention to. And this modern day mindset is is completely backwards. Like if I asked women in the comments right now, did you want to be a Proverbs 31 woman? I'm pretty sure a lot of them would say no. And I would like to see if they would want to be a Proverbs 31 woman. It's the reason why I asked this question. You know why? Because do you not realize that the Proverbs 31 woman was she was a wife, she had a bag, she was financially independent, but she was also very feminine, sweet, soft, and submissive, like how they say. I'm not saying that a man shouldn't want to. A man, if a man is having a conversation with you and he says, "Oh, be submissive," you don't want to talk to him. I'm just using that word for the sake of this conversation. But that is what the difference is. Like women are using the mindset of basically they built they're building their persona and their attitude off of ignorance from the past instead of knowledge of today and what's going on in the climate that we live in today. And men are too. No bullshit. Men that are coming out here and women ain't this, women ain't that, women doing this and women doing that. Man, listen, it's a lot of women out here that ain't trying to be, they not trying to leech off of you. They not trying to do you wrong. They are in tune with getting to the money and getting to a bag just because they found like okay they're able to get in these certain positions and they are able to run businesses. They're able to do things that they're passionate about, but
Facts.
it doesn't exclude them from still wanting to be a wife and still wanting to play their wife role and have a husband, a man that comes in and provide and protect and all of that. It's like on both sides, we're looking at a past example and modeling our future off of what happened in the past instead of paying attention to what is going on right now. Where are we right now? We have a lot more opportunity right now. And if we paid attention to what's going on right now, we could actually start building better unions and better relationships between women and men right now. But it's too much. These dudes ain't shit. They ain't been shit. That we still winning, baby. I ain't gonna lie to you. When you look at the stats, or if you go statistically, it's more of y'all than it is us. So when they say that women are out earning men by such and such, or it's because it's more of y'all than it is us. It's not always what it looks like. And it really made me lose my point. I was sitting here waiting for so long, I can't really even get it out like the way I wanted to. One reason why I like hurry up and getting up there when I come up. But all I would say is, man, the mindset and attitude is based that new modern day mindset where they prioritize the bag over everything, their sales over everything. It just comes from a past model of failures. They're basing their history off of a bunch of failures. And they don't realize that the same with that same mindset when they looking back at how men ain't shit and they refuse to depend on a man, they refuse to deal with a man the way that they should or the way that they could. They're actually creating more and more of these scenarios. They're perpetuating something that they didn't experience. You know how they be like, man, well, men are getting us pregnant and leaving. Man, listen, y'all are doing the same shit that men said back in the day when they gave y'all welfare and y'all pushed them out of the home. Nowadays, y'all not getting welfare and pushing us out of the home. Y'all just getting jobs and being like, man, nigga, I don't need you. You can leave. And you make that man feel uncomfortable being in the household the whole time he's there. No matter how bad he wants to love you, you're pushing him out. Y'all are perpetuating something that y'all don't even realize at this point in time. Y'all keeping that same narrative going just by dwelling on it. Keeping the same narrative going just by dwelling on it.
Can I say something? I just want to make one thing clear because my facial expressions are keep moving, and I don't want nobody, you two guys, to feel offended. But I'm actually laughing at the comment sections, so I just want to say that just so that I don't want to because I know my facial expressions, and I know that, and I hear Slim talking, and I don't want him to feel any type of way because I keep making face. I don't want him to think that my facial expressions has anything to do with what he's saying. You understand, Slim?
Oh no, baby, I'm not even paying attention to you.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm ignoring you, but I just really was looking at the
I
screen. I
understand.
know you can't really watch the comments when you talking because it'll mess you up. You know what I'm saying? That you'll start
Mhm.
addressing them too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really, and I do this. I just got banana on my real account right now. But yeah, that's all that's going on right now. We in reality, we keeping the we just keeping that same cycle going, bro. That's it. If people start paying attention, like how they be like, we live in 2022. Yeah, we are in 2022. We could do a whole lot more than we did back then. We can make a whole lot more happen than we did back then. But nobody's paying attention to that shit. We just looking at what happened in the past and building that shit and building our model of the future off of the past. And that's the reason why it's continuously going.
Well, can I say something? Let me say something. People got feelings. right? Because we all are individuals. Women are individual and men are individuals. And we do have feelings. And the fact that women work doesn't mean that women don't want to be in relationships. We just want to be in
Okay, hold
relationships.
on, hold on, Miss Christina. You about to go next. Slim, thank you so much, brother. I
Oh, did I
appreciate
cut you
you.
off, Slim?
You
I'm sorry. I
no,
apologize if
no,
I
Slim was
did.
no, you ain't cut him off. He was dumb, but I'm just saying you're gonna close the show for us. I'm gonna get Slim off, and you're gonna be the last person to speak. Slim.